Hello and welcome. I'm COLIN SHO. Today we have a great show for you about a subject that will leave you breathless. Today's guest is a nurse who is passionate about sharing her knowledge with others so that we are empowered. Please welcome to the show, Nurse Mary Silvestri. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Ms. Silvestri. Mary, may I call you Mary?
Of course.
Fantastic. Go ahead and have a seat, please. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm a pediatric nurse, have been a nurse for over 40 some years. I'm originally from Hungary and my family is still back in Hungary.
That's great. And I understand you're going to be talking to us a little bit about asthma, which from my reading, it affects 1 in 12 people.
That is correct.
And tell me about some of the symptoms that a lot of the parents in our audience should look out for.
Asthma typically is a respiratory disease and it is usually characterized by either whistling or a wheezing sound. That is what parents notice first.
And I was asked about triggers. Well, what are some of the other triggers that parents should look out for?
Very obvious triggers would be pet denders, hairy animals, moist air. You may think that moist air should not be causing asthma, but it does. Being exposed to smoke or heavy perfumes. Paint, for instance, if you build painting your room and your kid comes down with an asthma attack, is because they were exposed to the smell of the paint.
So let's say I go to the doctor and I'm diagnosed with asthma. What are some of the treatments they would recommend?
Once the diagnosis is made that your child or person has asthma, there are different treatment modalities. And a lot of them will depend on the age of the child. If you have a younger child, you would use an air chamber by placing the medication into the chamber and administering the medication. If you have an older child, they could use a mouthpiece with a nebulizing machine. On the younger child, you utilize the inhaling solution into the machine and the child gets it via the mask or by a mouthpiece and the person inhales the medication.
So let's conclude with the last question, which is how preventable of a disease is asthma?
Asthma is quite preventable. If you do not allow your child to be exposed to secondhand smoke, you have a winning card in your hand already.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Mary. It was a pleasure having you. Very educational.
Thank you.
That was Mary Silvestri, everybody. 42 years a nurse, sharing her knowledge with us. Once again, this was the COLIN Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we're gonna go ahead and break for our sponsors.
I'm feeling blue 'cause I got the flu. Muscles are all aching and my stomach's aching too. My head's thumping like a Mustang's thrown a shoe. Me and the flu in Kalamazoo. My head's hotter than hellfire, yes it's true. And my nose is feeling stuck like a steer in a tutu. And it starts a running, gripping on my shoe. Never felt like this in Kalamazoo. Oh, I am in misery and I'm feeling blue. I believe I have a fever and the cough is starting too. And suddenly this feeling is starting me to worry. Get to the John in a hurry. The flu, oh dang, I got the flu. You better keep your distance, you might get it too. I'll try to get some food down, but I will be cautious. Oh dang, I'm gonna be nauseous.
Now let's welcome via satellite our next guests, Lucy, Joel,
Hi,
and
Colin.
Jackson
Hi.
Merriweather. Lucy and Joel, we're happy you can be with us today. I understand your 5-year-old son, Jackson, here suffers from asthma. When did you discover Jackson had asthma?
Yeah, when he was little, he had a fever and was coughing a lot, so we took him to the doctor. Turns out He had asthma.
What happened when you found out, and what type of asthma did he have?
Well, we were surprised because there was no one in our families that have it.
And he has reactive asthma.
What does that mean?
Well, it means there are different triggers like cold, exercise, pets, pollen, and more.
Does Jackson recognize when he needs an inhaler?
Oh yes, he goes ahead and says, "Mommy, I need my inhaler." And then he runs, gets it, and brings it to us.
Well, thank you. We'll let you both get back to your very busy lives. In our next segment, we'll start a series on mothers and their newborn babies. Now, as we close our show, we'll end with some quick interviews with our very own Gina Santos. We also want to thank our friends at Desert City Films and Zaytonian Productions.
Excuse me.
Oh, hey.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know anyone with asthma?
Yeah, actually I do. My mom has asthma, matter of fact. But lucky I don't have it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome!
Excuse me. Can I ask you a question? What did you say?
Movies.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
I'm from the COLIN Show, and we're doing a segment on asthma.
Did you just say that Colin Show? That is my favorite show.
Yes, I love Colin. He's so amazing.
So, do you know anything about asthma?
My son uses an inhaler.
Yeah, my daughter used to have asthma, but I'm hoping that she's outgrowing it. Thank God.
All right, thank you. I'll see you around.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hey, sir. Sorry to bother you. I just want to know if you know anything about asthma.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I know.
Are you okay?
Sorry about that. Now, how can I help you?
Whoa, I already have my answer. How do you live with it? I mean, it must be really hard for you.
Well, yeah, I've had to adjust to it. I've had it since I was 12.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, that's a wrap.
Just drink your water and have your chicken soup. Try your best to get some rest and you'll make it through. Wash them hands, wash your face, sanitize your linen. Pretty soon y'all will be grinning. If it starts getting worse, infection is the direction. You might discover an affection for some protection. Don't you worry none, or have you a conniption? I'll just write you a prescription. Oh, I am in misery and I am feeling blue. I believe I have a fever, and cough is starting too. And suddenly this feeling is starting me to worry. Get to the job in a hurry. The flu, oh dang, I got the flu. You better keep your distance or you might get it too. I'll try to get some food down, but I will be cautious. Oh dang, I'm gonna be nauseous. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be nauseous.